What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with the week's hottest topics. This is going to be for the week of August 31st through September 4th. So, you guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and just talk about some of the hottest topics of this week. Let's get into it. All right, you guys. So, before we actually get into the topics, this video will be posted on Friday. So, I want to say top of the video, happy birthday to Beyonce, the legend. Happy birthday, B. We love you. I definitely love you over here at this channel. Love, 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 Beyonce. So now that that is out of the way, let us start up with the saddest story that I saw and actually happened a week ago on Friday. So last Friday, I go out to eat. So I go out to eat every Friday night. I go to Cheddar's. I give me something to eat. Well, here lately with Miss Girl, I go get my food, come back home and eat my food. I used to sit there at the bar. I'm not sitting at a bar no time soon. I'm good on that shit. Keep it. Because I do see people going inside and sitting at the bar, and I'm like, no, thank you. I'm fine. So got home, ate my food, watched Love After Lockup, and I took a small nap, and I wake up and I open my I woke up. I'm like, what time is it? Then I opened my phone. I opened my phone and I went to Instagram, got on Instagram, and I saw that Chadwick Boseman had passed. I'm like, wait a minute, this has got to be a joke. Like, it can't be real. So I started scrolling, and I'm like, this is not real. And it was on the Shade Room, and I started reading, and they were like, his people put this out. I'm like, wait a minute, Chadwick Boseman is dead. He died? What? Like, I just could not, literally, I could not believe what I read. Like, I was just in disbelief at that point. Like, I'm like, no, there is no way that he died. But he did. He passed away at 43. Let's see. He passed away. He died in his home with his wife and family by his side. He was diagnosed with colon cancer 4 years ago, and he had been in treatment. And I was like, oh wow, colon cancer. Colon cancer, that's crazy. And he's known about that for 4 years. So for 4 years. So he found out in 2016, and I'm just like, wow. So he filmed all these movies that he did while battling cancer, and no one knew about it. Whoever was on his team, his family, his team, like, shout out to you guys. Like, you guys kept that close to the vest and let nobody know, which it wasn't anyone's business to know what was going on with him. But wow, the fact that he was suffering like that and was able to, do the movies that he's done, Black Panther, what else? The James Brown movie. Wow. Just, I'm in awe of the man. Like, that loss right there was so, it was completely devastating to see that and to read that. Like, it felt like somebody that, I actually knew. Like, that was just a hard hit, a complete hard hit. Man, just cannot believe that he's actually no longer with us. And I know I saw a lot of people, Black Hollywood came out and just showed their support. I know Angela Bassett posted something. Forever President Obama posted something. Michael B. Jordan posted. Everybody just posted about it. The loss of Chadwick. My God, I still cannot believe it. And I know there's been a lot of talks about, because they were actually getting ready to start production for Black Panther 2. So now, who knows what they're going to do with that. Wow. It's crazy. It just lets you know, because, when we look at sometimes when we look at these celebrities and we think, man, kind of like what happened with Regis Philbin, you look at them and you think that, they'll find this miracle drug that'll just keep them from dying. But at the end of the day, we're all human and we're all going to eventually die. Man, prayers to his family, prayers to his wife, prayers to, all the fans, all of us who, are missing him right now. But yeah, prayers up to him. Chadwick, may you rest in peace forever. Wakanda forever. Let's move on. All right, guys. Now we're going from some sad news to some news that 100% pissed me off this week. So I was on. What was I on? I might have been on my Facebook page, and I saw my cousin post this. I think I was on my Facebook page. So here's some news about Breonna Taylor, which they still have not arrested the cops that shot and killed her. They're still free to roam around. While this young lady, while our good sister Breonna Taylor, is in the ground, dead and not coming back. But Breonna Taylor's ex-boyfriend was offered a plea deal that required him to implicate her in an organized crime syndicate. That is bullshit. After Kentucky officers fatally shot her during a botched raid, it was revealed Wednesday the plea offer raised concerns that officials were pressuring Glover, a twice convicted drug dealer, to finger Taylor in an effort to justify the embarrassing raid that sparked a national outcry. That is 100% some bullshit. So he implicates her in a drug operation, or what do they call it? An organized crime syndicate. How does that justify what the fuck you guys did with that no-knock warrant, going to the wrong house, not checking, making sure that the person that you're actually looking for is already in jail? So y'all trying to say, oh, because, and I do see this from a lot of people, but I actually do see some of them that's talking about her. Like I see like Candace Owen, like she is a ass clown. I don't know any other way to put it about Candace Owen. That girl is an ass clown. Stupid as hell. Because last week she was and the funny thing about her last week was she was talking about Jacob Blake and the fact that, you guys know that there is this case against him about sexual abuse, right? So she was talking about, and the funny thing was she used Donald Trump's words to talk about Jacob Blake when she said he felt like it was okay to grab a woman by the pussy. And I'm thinking to myself, but your president is the one that coined that phrase. It's okay to grab a woman by the pussy, when it's not okay to grab a woman by the pussy. Absolutely not okay to grab a woman by the pussy. And you guys, I do know that there are some other I know another shooting from months ago just came out. I don't want to talk about that this week. We'll talk about it next week because I just saw it yesterday, so I don't know the particulars of the case. So I'm gonna familiarize myself with it, and then we'll discuss it next week. But yeah, like she's justifying that, but like I said, you're using your president's words. Now back to Breonna Taylor. The thing that I have a problem with is people say, oh, she hung around with drug dealers. Oh, she did this. No, she did that. Does that mean she deserved to get shot? Let me keep it 100% real and honest with you guys. This is like where my grandmother's house is, a drug neighborhood. I know everybody in the neighborhood. I grew up with them, and people still sell drugs in my grandmother's neighborhood, and some of them, we grew up together, and they're like family. Some of them actually are my family. So because I associate with, my family that does sell drugs, and I have family members who do sell drugs. So because I associate with people who do that, does that mean that I deserve to, be in my house, in my apartment, police come here, shoot me, or actually, and you know what, I'm gonna give y'all a good story. This is about my family, and this is a true story. Like I said, the neighborhood that my grandmother's house in, it's a drug neighborhood. They sell drugs. The police know which houses are not involved with that stuff. They know which houses are, and they know which houses aren't. My uncle, he's out of prison now, thank God. But my uncle, when I was in high school, they want to arrest him. They were going to arrest him, and my family tells the story. It's funny, but it's not funny at the same time. So my uncle, he didn't want them to, arrest him. He ran down to my grandma's house. He ran from up the street where his mom is, ran down the street to my grandmother's house. He's married to he's my uncle by marriage, but he's still my uncle nonetheless. So he ran into the house. Like I said, the cops know which houses are not drug affiliated. He ran in there. He hid. I don't know what he thought he was going. I don't know why he thought he could hide in there, but he did nonetheless. And the cops told my grandmother and everybody that, they all they wanted was my uncle, and for him to give himself up, because if not, they would have arrested everybody in the house, including my grandmother. But he don't, nobody wanted that, so he came out. See, like that's my thing. The cops know. If a drug neighborhood, y'all know, because y'all cased since I was a kid, they've cased the fucking neighborhood. They know who is who. Like, I'm pretty sure they know who I am. Like, they case the houses. They know every family. They know all the cars. So this situation just doesn't make sense to me. Now, speaking of Breonna Taylor's the boyfriend that she had before she passed, he is suing the Louisville Police Department, for that, that situation, because he fired a warning shot seconds before the Louisville Police Department busted into their apartment with that no-knock warrant, and there were dozens of shots fired, and then like I said, that resulted in her death, and then he's filing a civil suit against the police department and the city actually. So the police are saying that the boyfriend, Mr. Kenneth Walker, a legal gun owner, fired a shot that allegedly struck Louisville Metro Police Department Sergeant John Mattingly in the leg. Now, he was initially charged with attempted murder of a police officer, but that was later dropped because it was self-defense. Self-defense. Here's another situation. Here's another thing. I'm going off on a tangent. So people are talking about this whole Kyle Rittenhouse situation. That was self-defense, and then they'll show that one of the people had a gun. I'm pretty sure that person, the person, because the video that I saw, this was after he shot that one person, because the person that had the gun was the one he shot in the arm. That person was trying to defend the other person that got shot and killed. Like, people want to defend him. Like, there was this woman on my Twitter feed. She added me because I was like, people are saying that Jacob Blake deserved what he got. I'm like, really? This woman actually told me he deserved to get shot because, pedophiles don't deserve to be on this earth. So and I responded back to her because there's a clear video of Kyle Rittenhouse. He was out in public and he put his hands on a young lady. He hit the girl. So I tweeted her back and I said, so is this okay that based on your stupid logic, a pedophile doesn't deserve to be here, neither does an abuser. And this broad came back at me with the dumbest logic I've ever heard in my life, defending him. It pisses me off still to this day to think that someone could defend him hitting a girl. I don't give a goddamn fuck how old he is. So she said, I agree with you, but he is 17 years old. He is not a man, so he does not know. So at 17, he's still making dumb decisions or making stupid decisions. I'm like, and I asked her, how can you justify that? And she's talking about she has two daughters. She has daughters. I'm like, I pray that no man ever puts his hands on your daughters, because if you can justify him being 17 and hitting a girl, I hope that when your daughters are 17, I hope a man doesn't choke them, punch them, hit them, or nothing, because you're gonna defend the man over your daughter. That's a goddamn shame. How can a fucking woman? How the fuck can a woman defend a man hitting a woman? Lord, I just don't understand it. Where was I at? Okay, so yeah. So yeah, he's suing them. Like I said, he's suing them, rightfully so. They're still waiting for the ballistics report to come back, because we don't even know if his bullet is the one that shot the cop in the leg. Like, there were so many bullets flying around that it could have been anybody's bullet that hit him, but they just want to say that it was his. But I hope that still to this day, even with a black attorney general, we have not gotten any kind of justice for Breonna Taylor. And then we got this. So I hope we get justice for him and for Breonna Taylor. So we're going to move on to the next story, you guys. All right, you guys. And then the next thing that we're going to talk about is Mr. Tyler Perry. So Forbes has now estimated that Tyler Perry has a net worth of $1 billion. Wow, that is a lot. And it's a big thing coming from where he's come from homelessness, from the abuse that he suffered. Like, that is a big, thing for him. So I definitely got to say congratulations to him. Speaking of Tyler Perry, I just saw the other day, because there's 2 new shows that he has on BET. One of them I didn't finish watching, the assisted living one. I didn't watch that because I left the house for a little bit. Then I did watch the new House of Pain. Malik, Lord, he looks hella old. That's all I'm gonna say. And then also speaking of that, I know that Sisters, he just finished filming that. He just finished filming Sisters a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, and it'll be back on October 14th, I believe. I think that's what he said on the preview. I think it's October 14th. Yeah, I think it's October 14th that Sisters will be back. I wonder when The Oval is going to return, because that is my show. When he finished, he shot the season in 2 weeks. Shut up, because you kind of want. I would love it if he would work with me one day. So I'm just going to shut my mouth. So it says here that he's a net worth of $1 billion, and noted that the producer has a clear path to future membership in the Forbes 400. The magazine's exclusive list of the richest people in America. So in 2019, the threshold for membership in the Forbes 400 was $2.1 billion. Now, he has his Tyler Perry Studios, which actually they were, with the Brandy and Monica verses, they were at Tyler Perry Studios. So the man is doing good things for himself. Like, I can't knock him. I applaud him. I actually do applaud him for everything that he does with his movies, his television shows. I do applaud him for that. That is the one thing that I can say. He employs black people. He reuses some of the same actors and actresses. So that is one thing that I definitely have to give kudos to him for, where we were not really seen on television, where black people weren't really seen a lot. He has come in and he's done the damn thing. So I definitely, like I said, I got to give props and credit where credit is due. So once again, like I said, congratulations are in order to Tyler Perry for reaching $1 billion. Wow. What would I do with $1 billion? Get myself out of debt. Well, I'm not really in debt, but I'm still in a little bit of debt. Let's move on. And then, since we're talking about congratulations, let's give a congratulations to actress Niecy Nash. Now, she shared on Monday that she had married singer Jessica Betts. And Jessica is a woman, so Niecy Nash married a woman, and she's also come out. Now, I know that there's video that just came out recently of the behind the scenes of their wedding, them getting ready. When I first saw that, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I didn't think it was a publicity stunt. I don't think anything publicity when it comes to Niecy Nash. What I was thinking was, did they start filming a new season of Claws, or is this a music video? Because I'm like, we've never heard anything about Niecy Nash having any kind of relations with women, so I was just kind of thrown for a loop. I'm like, so yeah, is this a new movie that she's filming? Is this a scene from Claws that she's filming? Is this, since this young lady is a singer, is this the set of her music video? Like, I didn't know what it was, but like I said, I never thought it was a publicity stunt. I just like, what is this? It's just thrown for a big loop. So I'm like, yeah. But, you know, it looks like it's real. So, I mean, I'm not judging by no means. Congratulations to Niecy. I mean, I was looking at that dress. I'm like, God damn, look like she's stuffed in that dress. I'm like, damn, can she breathe? Because I mean, maybe she had, I was looking at like, can she fucking breathe? Now, the funny thing was, didn't Niecy Nash just get divorced from her ex-husband? But I mean, hey, you know, the heart wants what the heart wants. So on her Instagram, where she posted it, her post was Mrs. Carol Denise Betts, and she had the hashtag Love Wins. Now, I will say that, you know, they looked beautiful. Both ladies looked beautiful. I love Niecy's dress, and I love that suit that, you know, that cream suit that Jessica had on. But, you know, like I have no judgment. If Niecy's happy, that's all that matters. Is, you know, her being happy. So, yeah, congratulations to the happy couple. Let's move on. All right, you guys. Now let us talk about the verses that happened on Monday. Oh my God. I had a fucking great time. I was in my kitchen, I was cooking, dancing up a storm. I like dancing up a storm, singing every song that came on by Brandy and Monica. There were some cringeworthy moments, I will say that. And there were some good moments that I saw as well. I saw forever First Lady Michelle Obama. She was in the comment section. I love them introducing Kamala Harris. Now the cringeworthy moment for me was that one time when Brandy and Monica was talking about, you know, kick down your doors and smack your chick, just to show you Monica not having it. So when they were talking about that song, and Brandy said, "Yep, you smacked me up too." I was like, ooh. I cringed. I mean, like I said, there was a lot of times where I did cringe. I was just like, ooh. And then, you know, I'm not finna sit here and just discuss the memes. Some of them have been funny. I will say that. Some of them have been funny. Because there was one that somebody posted where there was a side-by-side photo of Monica and Marlon Wayans from White Chicks when he put on that too tight ass clothes when the button popped and the clothes ripped off. That was funny. But like I said, I'm not going to go into the whole memes. I don't care about them. You know, I think the girls did amazing. As much as I love Brandy and I love Monica, when it comes down to the style, Monica killed it. Brandy, I don't know what she had on. Love her to death, but she looked like Mother Earth. And then she had on Monica's white shoes, but I don't know what she had on. I was just confused. I loved her. I did however, love Brandy's braids. Her braids were everything. I just couldn't figure out what this jacket was, what these pants were, and why she had on Monica's white shoes. Couldn't figure that shit out for the life of me. But other than that, had a great time. Now, on Instagram, at its highest, the views were at 1.2 million. They took a little bit of a break. You know, that actually made me miss concerts. It really made me miss going to concerts. I was talking to one of my friends. I'm like, you know, when we can get out and go about in the world, that is something that I do want to do. I want to go out a lot more than what I currently did before the pandemic. Like, I want to go out more, and I want to go to more concerts. So that's a plan for myself. Another moment that got me kind of cringeworthy was when Brandy said, "We are a group," and Monster said, "Girl, we are not a group." I was like, "Ooh, no." But like I said, back to what I was talking about, the views. At the highest on Instagram, it was at 1.2. Then they took a break, and I think it went down like to 800,000. But even when they came back from the break, it went back up to 1.1 million. And I think that's the highest of any verses. And then when you take into account, because they were also on Apple Music and other streaming services, when you take into account all the streaming services, they had over 6 million views on that verses, which was higher than the MTV, the VMAs. Was that what it was? I didn't watch whatever Keke Palmer hosted this past Sunday. Oh shit, excuse me. Whatever Keke Palmer hosted this past Sunday, I didn't watch it, so I think it was the VMAs, but their verses had more views than that. So before, I was with Monica when we got about down to that third hour. I was Monica because I was feeling. I'm like, girl, I had a good time in the first 2 hours, but by the third, I was like, okay, I'm tired. It's late. Because by that last hour, I'm like, I'm tired. I'm ready to go to sleep. But I was still here for it. I was still here for it, but I was just over it. So now, here's the thing that I've been seeing on social media. Who do you guys think should be the next verses? I saw Jennifer Hudson and Fantasia. No, thank you. That's a lot of fucking screaming that I don't want to put my eardrums through. Love them, don't want to do it. And even still with Fantasia, I mean, I love Fantasia's song. There's a new song. It's not new, but there's a song that Fantasia put out last year called "Bad Girl" that I am loving the hell out of off of her off her latest album. Fantasia, I don't know if she has 20 hits, but I know she at least has 10 hits that we could listen to. But what hits does Jennifer Hudson have? No shade to Jennifer. I love Jennifer, but no shade. What hits does she have? The only song that I can think of from Jennifer Hudson is Spotlight. That's off the top of the dome, the one song that I can come up with. And then the songs that she sang in Dreamgirls. That's it. Yeah, that's literally it. That's all I can think of. Now, I would say that I want to see a Faith and Mary J. Blige. I would love to see somebody go up against Toni Braxton. I just don't know who that person would be. I know people said Ashanti and Keisha Cole, burn it, keep it. We don't want it. Love them both, but I just don't want. I would not watch a versus with those two. I did see Anthony Hamilton and Music Soul Child. That would be a good one. And here's one that goes on the pop side: Christina Aguilera and Britney Spears. Christina actually just re-released the song Reflection, which actually Mulan, I think it's on Disney Plus starting, when this video's up today, Friday. So yeah, Mulan. And I listened to it. It's actually better than the original version, because I didn't think she could top the original version, but it's good. So let's go over what Billboard has for each round that Brandy and Monica did, and I'll talk about the winner, tell you guys if I agree or disagree, and you guys can let me know in the comment section as well. So for round one, Brandy played "What About Us," doom, 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 and then Monica played "Everything to Me." Oh, that's a hard one for me, because I love both songs. But if I have to go about which one would I jam a lot, it's gonna be "What About Us," and they gave that one to Brandy as well. They gave that to Brandy. So for round two, it is "He Is" versus Monica's "A Dozen Roses." They gave that to Monica. I'm gonna give that to Brandy because I love "He Is." "He Is" is my favorite song off that Full Moon album. I love that song. I remember when I bought the Full Moon album. The funny thing is, I bought the album, and I think did I say this last week? I might have said it, and I'm gonna say it again. Bought the album. When I bought the album, my favorite song on Full Moon at that time when the album came out, when I bought the CD in my CD player, my favorite song at that time was "What About Us." But then we got the Full Moon song, and I'm like, oh, I like that too. And then one of my friends at the time, which was so cool, she was talking about "He Is," and I'm like, I don't know anything about that song, so she played it, and I fell in love with He Is. So I would keep that song on repeat, and I would go to sleep listening to that song. One day I woke up, the CD player had stopped playing and it had opened, and then I looked at the CD, it had a crack in it. It had a crack. And I'm like, damn. I'm like, my CD not gonna work no more. Shit, that CD still played until it finally broke. So, round number 3. Brandy played Full Moon and Monica played So Gone. Oh, that is a hard one. So Billboard has it as the winner as Monica. I'm gonna say that's a tie because I love So Gone and I love Full Moon. So then round number 4 was Brandy playing I Want to Be Down and Monica's Don't Take It Personal. Oh God. Billboard has that Brandy one. That I once again will say that that is a tie for me because those are 2 songs that I just absolutely love. So the next round, round 5, is Brandy. She played Baby, and Monica, she played Like This and Like That. Billboard has a winner as Brandy. That one I will agree. Round number 6 is Angel in Disguise by Brandy versus Monica's Whoo, You Should Have Known Better. And Billboard has Monica as the winner, and I 100% agree. That's when Monica had that blonde hair. Yep, I agree with You Should Have Known Better. Do I still have that album? I know I have the album cover, but I don't know if I have the album. I gotta look up. I have all my CDs, some of my CDs. The next round, they wanted to take me out with this one because it was Brandy played the Shaka Khan, Tamia, and Gladys Knight Missing You from the Set It Off soundtrack. I wasn't ready for that one. Then Monica played For You I Will, and they had the winner. It's a tie. I agree with them on that one. That was definitely a tie. Round 8, Almost Doesn't Count by Brandy versus Why I Love You So Much. They have it as a tie. I agree with that one as well. Round number 9, they have Brandy's Broken Hearted versus Monica Love All Over Me. They have Brandy as the winner. That one, I'm gonna say for me it's a tie because those are 2 songs that I really love as well. And let's move down to round 10. So round 10 is Monica featuring Rick Ross and Lil' Kim's Anything to Find You versus Brandy's Mace Top of the World, featuring Mace Top of the World, and they had that as Brandy. That one, I don't agree nor disagree. Round 11, we have Monica featuring Ludacris, Still Standing. Love that song. Versus Brandy's Borderline. They gave that to Monica. Is Borderline from Brandy's new album B7? Because I'm gonna be honest with you guys, B7 I don't want to listen to it. After hearing Baby Mama, I was good on that album. So let me know if Borderline is from B7. Round 12 goes. Nope. Round 12 is Monica's Commitment versus Brandy featuring Daniel Caesar's Love Again. That winner is Brandy. That one, I neither agree nor disagree with it. Round 13. They got Usher featuring Monica Slow Jam versus Brandy featuring Chris Brown, Put It Down. They gave that to Monica. I'll agree. Round 14 goes, nope. Round 14 is Monica's The First Night versus Brandy's Who Is She to You. They said that that's a tie. I'm sorry, you guys. I disagree. That goes to Monica, in my personal opinion. Round 15. They have Monica's Knock Knock. I love that song. They got versus Brandy's Best Friend. They have the winner of that as Brandy. Nope, they have it as Monica. I agree with that one as well. Round 16 is Monica's Before You Walk Out of My Life versus Brandy's Sitting in My Room. They say that that's a Brandy. I say tie. Those are 2 really, really great songs. Round 17 is Monica featuring We Done Franchise Boys, Every Time the Beat Drop. Oh my God. Monica, I just thought about this. Like I have literally forgot all about this. So I'm gonna give you guys a story after this. So it was Every Time the Beat Drop versus Brandy and Kanye West, Talk About Love. They have it as Brandy. I disagree. Monica, featuring them franchise boys. So the year that that song dropped, I was a senior in high school. It was 2006. I was a senior in high school. Oh my God. So if you guys are not familiar with Dallas, like we have a fair every year in September or October, and there's the State Fair Classic. It's Grambling versus Prairie View A&M, and it's a big thing. So that year, Monica. So we always have it's a concert like before the game starts. Monica was the person that was doing the concert. So my local radio station, they were giving away free tickets. I was like, because I didn't want to buy the ticket. To be honest with you, I mean I could have afforded the ticket, but I didn't want to buy it because I didn't really want to go to the game. I just really wanted to go see Monica. But you had to have a ticket for the game to see her. So stupid. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to win these tickets. Won the tickets, and like I said, I was a freshman in high school, nope, senior in high school, and that was my second year driving my car. So my mom was like, okay, you can go, but your cousin's coming with you. I'm like, that's fine. I really don't care. And I told my cousin, I had been telling my cousin all week, like, I want to go so that I can get up there and see Monica. She's like, okay, Jerome, we'll get up there. So I told her, I texted her the day that it was a Saturday. So I'm like, I'm ready to go. Like, we got to go so we can get up there and get to the concert, so I can see Monica. She's like, okay, I'm getting off of work. I knew what time she got off work. She got off work at noon. I'm like, that's fine. We got time to get up. We got time. Like, if we had left even at 1 o'clock, or even if we had left at 2, we would have made it up here because I think she started at about 4 o'clock or so. I think her set started at 4. This girl waited all fucking day. I'm like, you realize I'm gonna miss Monica. Like, this is the reason that I was going. I didn't give a fuck about this game. I didn't care about the game. I wanted to see Monica. Long story short, I didn't get to see. We got up here in time to go to the game. I'm like, and she was like, I'm sorry. I'm like, what are you? I'm like, don't. I told her, don't talk to me, because I'm like, that pissed me off. Like, you knew I had been saying all week how I wanted to see Monica. That had been my whole thing the entire week. I want to see Monica. I want to see Monica. I want to see Monica. Like, that's all I was. I wanted to see Monica, and I miss Monica. Like, it pissed me off. Round 18, you guys. Monica's sideline hold versus Brandy. Put that on everything. They gave that to Monica, which I will give it to her as well. Now, I don't know why Brandy was acting all prudish when she was talking about sideline hold, but whatever. And then round 19, when we played Brandy's When You Touch Me versus Keisha Cole's Trust featuring Monica, they gave that to Brandy. Yeah, I don't agree nor disagree at that. And then round number 20 is Monica's featuring Lil Wayne, Just Right For Me versus Brandy, Have You Ever? They gave that to Brandy. I 100% agree with that one. All right, you guys. So that's the verses. Let me know, who you guys think won. Honestly, I don't see a winner or a loser with this. I saw two beautiful black women were celebrating their music. So I really honestly didn't see a winner or a loser. But that's going to wrap it up with the verses. And again, like I said, let me know who you guys think should be the next verses. Like I said, keep that screaming ass Jennifer and Fantasia. Love them to death. Keep them. Let's move on. All right, you guys. And in small talk, let's give a congratulations to Usher and his girlfriend Jen. They're expecting a baby. This is his third and her first together. So congratulations are in order to the happy couple. Then also, speaking of congratulations are also in order to Keisha Cole and Booby. After 5 years of going through their divorce, it's finally over and finalized. And it's an amicable divorce. Like, they decided no child support and no spousal support, which that's a good thing for those two. I'm happy for Keisha and I'm happy for Booby. Now but doesn't he already have a girlfriend? I think he has a girlfriend, or he had a girlfriend. And I know her and her dude broke up. Her little boy is so cute. And then let's talk about some. I was gonna talk about that whole payroll tax that y'all stupid ass president has signed into executive order, but I really don't know too much about it. I just know that I hope and pray that, because I don't know if I make exactly $40,000 or if I'm a little bit under 40,000. Either way, I hope my company says fuck it and just take your money, take the fucking money. Do not hold it back and then come at me double. Keep that bullshit. Now let's talk about COVID real quick, guys, and then that'll be it. So it came out that The Rock and his family all have COVID. So the one thing that I do want to say is, prayers up to him, his family. I hope they get better soon. That's crazy. And you guys, so they're talking about there's going to be a vaccine coming out in November, I believe it is. Y'all gonna be October, November. Coincidentally, it's around the time of election. So, so he wants to say, "Oh, looky here, it's election time. We've been at home. We've been quarantined in this environment for now 6 months, but now come close to election time, there's a vaccine." At this point, keep that goddamn vaccine. I don't want it. I don't need it. Are y'all taking a vaccine? If so, let me know in the comment section. I hope you guys don't take the vaccine. I mean, if you have to take it, do what you gotta do. But as far as this black person right here, ain't happening. But you guys, that's gonna wrap it up for the week's hottest topics. Do me a super solid favor, you guys. We'll do this every week. Same time, same place. Kind of iffy about the time, but same place for sure. I'm gonna try to make it the same time every week. I'm gonna try my hardest. I'm gonna try. But until then, you guys, do me a big favor. As always, stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Stay hydrated, and I will see you guys in the next one, which will be Married to Madison. Oop, wrong show. Love After Lockup tonight or tomorrow. Until then, bye.